It is Sunday. I'm a little late, 7:05 p.m., 5 minutes late. It's all right, though. And with that, we're going to switch up this live real quick. Not you. I'm actually going to go live on my other phone to another location. So I'm going to close this out, and we're going to go over to Instagram, see if anybody wants to join us over there and chit-chat a little bit. Actually, the workbench this week is not as bad as it's been. Last week, it was a disaster. And this week, it's just got a little bit of sawdust pretty much, and a couple of things are out of line. Let's call it Sunday shop cleanup. It's usually just my workbench that needs to be cleaned anyway. So we're going to take this. We're going to bring it over here. Okay. And we're going to do this. That sucks. Whoopsie daisy. So you guys are going to come along for the ride while I get my tripod all figured out. Okay, and I got one more to do. So here we go. Here we go. And that looks like where we're going to be. Yeah. And we'll lift this guy up. I know I should have had this all set up, right? Well, as you see, that's just not the way things played out today. That's okay, though. All right. Let's go. There's the workbench. Okay. You can all see it. And I can smoke my cigars on YouTube and they don't complain. Too bad, at least. Oh, good days. Okay. Now all messages are coming in. We're good. Okay. Now, this is actually my Dremel Flex shaft. And I got to say, this was actually a fantastic investment. And today I was using a carving bit. It's kind of hard to see, but this thing was actually really great. It did way better than I expected. I don't have a lot of experience with carving anyway, but for what it was, that was actually pretty awesome. The other bits I have used for carving, they were not fun. I think it's because they were round. And while this is cylindrical, it doesn't have that ball shape. And the ball shape is what seems to kind of throw everything, where it'll start like running off like real hard. But with this new one, I'll be able to do some carving. That spooked me out just now watching my apron blowing in the wind on the door. You guys couldn't see it, but yeah, that was spooky. Actually, I'll set those there for right now. I'm gonna do a quick cut on this. I need to show somebody the grain anyway. I'll do it on this one. No, I like that piece then. I might keep that. Let's do this. Let's see. Make a little mess before we clean up the mess, eh? All right. Now I got that cut. Nope. Is that the one I want? I don't think that's the one I want to cut. This is the one I want to cut right here. It's okay. All the same. Oh, there goes that stick. I'm just going to do a quick cutout part way down. I got to reveal the grain. Keep going. We're going to go through it. All right. I have to now come at it this way. Oh, you know what? No, I'll just go this way. Okay, now I got it cut, and that'll show the green. I gotta sand this real quick. Okay. Oh, hello. Get this over here. I gotta get this lacquer tonight. Hey guys, how's it going? Rachel here from Forge Le Femme, and I'm getting into my workspace right now, putting away some Dremel tools. I'm just cleaning up the workbench, smoking a cigar, taking it easy. I'm not sure how much I'm gonna clean up tonight because I got a lot more to do tomorrow. We shall see. I don't usually get too crazy, just kind of like organize it more or less. And wait, right there. Hey, get in there. And sometimes I'll talk about the stuff I come across. But if you guys can hear me, by the way, I've been having some volume issues. Go ahead, throw me a like or a comment. Let me know if you guys can hear me coming in. All right, let's move you back here, water bottles. This is really all I ever like work on is the workbench. I don't really do anything with the rest of the workspace right now. So I actually usually talk about what I come across, and this is actually my dog walking stick. It is made out of mulberry, and mulberry is incredibly light but incredibly strong, very tough stuff, and it makes really good musical instruments. It's also known as a tone wood. Spruce, that's another good tone wood as well. All right. Sawdust I don't usually get too crazy about until it's like really bad on the floor. But right now, nah, it ain't too bad. I swept up most of everything last night anyway. Where are you guys coming out of tonight? Like I said, I'm Rachel. I'm out of Detroit. And this is my shop cleanup. And these are my shop towels. These are my favorite kind. Get them from your elders. They always have towels, tons of them, and they have been washed and dried so many times that they're like not threadbare, but they are well used and they just absorb so fast. So shop towels, I don't like to buy them. I like to get them from family, especially the ones that they have had for many years. Get them off their hands, and they usually are very thankful because they didn't know what to do with them. They just didn't want to throw them away because they're still good. There you go. You get shop towels. Break them down into smaller ones. You got all kinds of them, and they're super absorbent. And then you don't have to worry about them getting ruined or anything. Okay, we'll set that there for now. This right here this is actually a walking stick I made for my wee little nephew. And it's, what is this one made out of? I think this one is actually autumn olive. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, I think it's autumn olive. But I'll show you how strong this thing is. You see? All right, let me see if I can show you how strong autumn olive is as a stick. It's pretty impressive, actually. Okay, hang on. I'll turn this down. Okay, so you see the stick? I am over 200 pounds, actually. And I'm putting all my weight on this thing. Here, I'll show you. 1 foot, leaning all the way on it. Yep, that's one tough stick right there, and that's going to a little baby, so we can go hiking with mom and dad. Okay. But yep, can't wait to give it to him. I already gave his parents their walking sticks, so this is going to be a cool gift. Can't wait. They actually had to take the sticks I made them and put them up because he kept going for them, and they're so much taller than him because he's only 15 months old that they like kept like teetering over, like falling into things, and eventually start breaking things. So they had to move them out of reach. That's pretty funny. Oh well, I'm just coming across all kinds of knives. I also make knives, if you guys didn't know. Here's one of my end cuts right here. I actually made this out of a hoof rasp, farrier's rasp that they trim horse hooves with when they do shoeing. I made this, I think, 7 years ago, but this is one I think I'm ready to let go of. It has the chameleon tail on it. I always like that chameleon tail. It like, I don't know, like perfect for hand grip, like a pinky rest, but for the side of the hand. And this right here, I'm actually actively working on. This needs to be heat treated, and it will be tomorrow. This is actually a Bowie knife I have hammered out from a Nicholson file. And so far I got the grinding in just to get the basics in. I like to get pre-grinds, I guess you could call it, in before I do the heat treat. And then when I do heat treat, I'll be able to finish all the grinding and all that. But it's basically like the edge is like left a little bit thick for the quench. As the saying goes, forge thick, grind thin. And this will be one of those where I did exactly that, forge thick, and then I'll grind it thin tomorrow. But yep, that's the Bowie. This is made out of an antique file. And I figured what better a file than one that was made in America for the American classic, the Bowie knife. That's just a cigar I'm not much of a fan of, so I won't talk much about it. It's a CAO flavor cigarillo. It's a Eileen's Dream. It's supposed to be like an Irish cream. I don't find them very good, to be completely honest. I find them kind of, that's not my favorite. I'll just say that for Irish creams. Oh, another shop knife. I'm just showing all my shop knives off tonight because they've all been put to use on the bench this past week. But yeah, this is one I hammered this out from a file, and the handles on it are actually made from firefighter hose. I always thought that was pretty neat. And these right here, old Shenandoah roots. They're gonna go find their forever home in my locker. Where do I put them? You know what, for now, they'll just go right there. Oh, yeah, and then the forever gigantic Bowie that's always hanging out and floating around the workbench. I always just have this hanging around. I use it at random throughout my yard. And it's just a big ass Bowie that I made from a file. You can still see, you can still see the file teeth in it. The R for Rachel. That's me. Okay, and then I got my Polish flag. I don't know where, you know what? I'm gonna put this, I think, right here for now. There we go. It'll hang right there. I guess it'll hang right there too. Whatever. I don't know about you guys. When it comes to hand files, though, these are our hand files to measuring tapes. These are the kind I actually like to use, these little ones. I don't like using the big 25-foot ones for I guess the work I do. Like if I got to measure like my house, I get the big one out. But like when I got to measure little things, I like this little tape. What is it, like 1/2 inch wide or something like that? Let's see. Some random guy says, "Hey, isn't that a bag of Updog in the back?" I don't know what Updog is. Are you talking about this? By chance? That's the only bag I know of. And if it, what is Updog? I'm very curious now. It's a very interesting name I've never heard. But like I was saying though, this is actually my preferred file for my workspace. It is it's magnetic. It's got a tiny little magnet. And it's also got a bottle opener on it. And you know, got to make it multi-tool. And I keep that on my locker, and it's great because you know I can just like grab it. And I think that's a 10-footer. What are you? 9 feet. What? I only thought they came in like 10 and 12 feet. These little ones, but yeah, 9 feet, I guess. But that's Updog. It says Royal Oak. Let's see. Is Updog a branded dog food? I'm not sure. What up, dog? What's up? I just heard that my girlfriend just told me that's a thing. You got me. You win this one, dude. Rock and roll. That's funny. Yeah, I've never heard that before in my life. Apparently, that's a thing. I like I said, I only heard it like a day ago, and she said she's heard it her entire life. Yeah, well, you got me. That's funny. Now I gotta tell her she's gonna get a kick out of it. You know, I'm gonna put this. Yeah, I'm gonna put this right here. Up, dog. You guys got jokes, let me tell you. Actually, I'm gonna put those there. I've been needing to put those there too. So that's where they'll go from now on. Go up there, gloves. Go to your home. Up, dog. I guess that's better than the other one I've had people try getting me to say. Thank God that trend's died off. Let's see. Actually, I need to keep this piece of wood. We're going to try and make something with that. These are all leather working tools because I've been making leather stuff. And actually, that'll just go away for now. Come on, needle. I'll actually throw you away. I will be honest though, I still don't get the is that up dog or whatever. I don't know. I just don't get that joke. I mean, it's funny you got me on. I just wish I understood it better. I am the person that needs a joke explained for it to be funny. My locker just break on me? Shishka. There's my broom. Okay. So, some random guy says, also, here's a tip. When you have spare time, I can recommend sharpening those saws. It's a brand new saw, actually. So if it needs to be sharpened, that would be a problem. Okay, so you get someone to say, what's up, dog, as in, hey, what's up? Yeah, like I said, my girlfriend was explaining it to me, and I just, one ear and out the other. I don't know, was not getting it. Don't know why. Like I said, I got to be explained all jokes. And even though you were explaining it, I still ain't getting it. When she was trying to explain to me, like I said, I was just like, blah, 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 blah. I was off in La La Land. And this workbench, I actually got this at an antique store years ago. And it was, at the time when I got it, believed to be like, I need to put that, it'll just go in there. Everything just goes in there. I think it was, they said it was like, I think they believed it was like 100 years old, 130 years old. I can't remember. But when I got it, this thing was covered in a really thick grease. And like you couldn't even look at it without getting like that thick workbench grease just all over you. And so one day I decided to take the old belt sander to it. And I sanded the bejesus out of it and then sealed it with boiled linseed oil. Now you get to see the end results. And I think it just is amazing, the patina it has on it from potentially 100 and some odd years of work. And the top of this is actually made with tongue and groove. I don't know if it's from tongue and groove flooring or what, but it is tongue and groove. I thought that was pretty cool to find out. Okay, now where is the old paper towel? Actually, you know what? We'll use my shop rag that I was just talking about, the one that everybody needs. I'll use this just to wipe it down. Okay, yep, that's dirty, to say the least. Just a handle, and then let me get my leather mat back. Or my, it's supposed to be self-healing mat, I guess is what they actually call it. I'll turn it over. Now I gotta get my leather tools back out. Because I gotta get on making leather sheaths again. Okay. Get my leather needle back. Couldn't even find that last time I needed it. It was in the house. Okay, so shop knives over here. And this right here, I always talk about this. This is actually going to be a type of warhammer, spike hammer. I don't know, I had some fun with it. Started its life as a ball peen hammer, which I forged into a spike, and I gotta get this more like flattened out and spread out. I'll show you what it will eventually look like. It'll look more like this, how they open that up. And that's what my goal is to do with this, to get it all spread out. Some random guy, the blue one is brand new. Yes, the blue wood saw is brand new. Okay. Where'd my blowtorch go? There it is. Put you over there. I need a better spot for that to hang. I never know where to put this thing. I'll just lean it against the wall, I guess, for now. And I'll put these over here. And this is, I'm thinking about actually using this wood right here for my Bowie. Where'd that Bowie blank go? Oh, there it is. I like, it's not going to be just like this. It's actually going to have a guard, but this is basically the wood I'm thinking of using for the handle. Make it coffin shaped. I think that'd be pretty rad to be the like old Western style. But the person who commissioned it wants something specific carved into it, and it's kind of like a chaos star. So I'm pretty interested to see how it'll turn out, because it'll be the first time I've done something like that. I need to do something with this knife. This thing just hangs around. It's for like a big hand. I always thought I could send it to my cousin, which actually I still might. Needs a new handle though. Where are you guys from tonight? I am from Detroit, and we had absolutely fantastic weather, and it was still sunlight out when I came out, and it was 6:45 I think when I came out. We still had sun. It was great. I'm happy to see the sun coming back. I'm not the biggest fan of summer, but I'm looking forward to this one until it gets too hot, and then I'll be hiding inside. Okay. Okay. I need to put new handles on this and get it all said and done. And I'm going to hand sand this, and this will actually become a butcher's knife. I don't know if you guys ever watched a show called Best Ever Food Review Show, but the host, Sonny, he's been to Central Asia a lot, I should say. And they have this way where they don't grind their meat. They like chop it up, and they'll do it with two knives that are similar to this. And they're like they're heavy and they fall hard, and they'll run two at once. And it's really cool. And I like Middle Eastern food a lot. I'm from Southeast Michigan. We have a city called Dearborn. It's large Lebanese population. Lebanese food is amazing. Their way of garlic is just, it beats the Italians in my opinion. And you can get their like meat pies, which are really good. And they do it by chopping the meat up and not grinding it up. And it gives it a cool texture. It's different than ground meat. I like it. Oh, there's my leather. Put that back. Oh, actually, while I'm out here, did I take my wood putty in the house? Why would I do that? If I did that, I feel like I'm nuts. Huh. That's one of them there sticks I need to finish. Bam, bam, bam. You know what? I'll show you guys these. Why not? I'll try some fun while I'm out here. These are little knives I call end cuts. They're a lot of fun. I actually make these out of files. Little end pieces from the knives that I made that were much bigger, and I break the pieces off. I make these wee little critters. These are what I'm making the sheets for, actually. This one right here is more Japanese cured ashi style, and they're all made from files. But yeah, this is a minimalist knife. Would be really good, in my opinion, for scribing and stuff like that. Actually, it's what I use it for. Okay, I need to do some sanding. Actually, let's see how well this... I did some wood putty filler to see how it would look, and this is like for display purposes only, shillelagh. So this will be... I'll just go over it with the finer side. And these sticks were decimated by ambrosia beetle larvae. Those are some destructive little critters. I lost probably 100 sticks last year. It was very unfortunate because they were all going to be made into sticks this year. And I'm not sure where the beetles came from because I've never had a problem with them before our last year. And now they're in a lot of my sticks. And this is not a mulberry stick at all. So I don't know what got it interested in this. I actually think that this is like rowan or holly. It's one of the woods they use in Ireland for making walking sticks. And I've actually found it in Southeast Michigan. A lot of their trees over there, the species that are used, at least for stick making, they don't do well over in America, especially like Southeast Michigan. It just is not the right climate. Yeah, that's not looking horrible. As you see, I had to fill in quite a bit on this. And some people, theirs look really cool when they fill them in. And it kind of gives it kind of like a nice panache, sets it off. I'm going to need to add a little bit more, that's for sure. Yeah, something like that. Not completely horrible, not completely great. When you get the varnish on it, though, that makes it look pretty dang cool. It gives it a much nicer, cleaner look, especially if you get all the sanding done. But, yep, this would be a display purpose shillelagh. I mean, it'll probably work for motivating at least once, and then it might break. So that'll stay on the workbench for now. And then so I'll leave that one there. I think this is going to be a display purpose. Nope, that's actually going to be a valuable stick. Oh, hi, Emoji Girl. My little Shiva had to come out and say hi. I'll leave that there. I'll smoke this cigar. Yeah. That might be as far as I go tonight. Unless I can find my wood filler, which I don't think I have. Not the stuff I need, at least. Did I put it in here? I sure didn't. Nope. Another absent-minded move by Rachel. That's me. I don't even know where my other sticks went that had filler in them. I probably brought them inside too. Well, anyway. This is looking pretty good. Oh, I need to drill this. There's my dog barking again. Okay, let's actually get this against the wall. Got another knife. I need to get a handle on this thing. Look at this critter. It's got a cool little handle on the end of it. Made this from a file. Let's see. Sheriff Erna. Hey, woman, how are you? I am not bad. I am babbling to myself and cleaning my workbench on a Sunday. How is your Sunday going? And showing off knives that I need to finish. This is one of them. Gotta heat treat this still too, I think. Yeah, I think this does need to be heat treated. All right, so we'll go there. I might even make it a mission to get these finished before I start on anything else, just so I can get them good and gone. They were really fun to make when I made them too. I might actually have to get a picture of these critters for after I finish the Bowie knife. Yeah, I don't even know what to do with this guy. This is my first hook knife I ever made. You can see, yeah, not hook, gut hook. Let's see. I'll get those. And then those. Let's get something like that. Those are fine there. Those are going to be fine there. Those are my woodworking tools. I need to fill in this with some putty. Why did I bring that inside? I was like getting way ahead of the curve on that one. Oh yeah. It's what is this? Oh wait, my phone is a little bit. Not my phone. My phone reset. Let me see what time it is. It is 7:40 my time, so that makes it 1:40 your time, if I recall. In Ireland, I think you're 5 hours ahead. I actually had a friend named Erna. What's up with the Polish flag and cap? I'm Polish. My family is from Poland, Ireland, and Scotland. And my little dog is just raising hell out there. And I made a funny video recently for Fat Tuesday. And I don't know how you guys celebrate Fat Tuesday in Ireland, but in America, because in Poland they celebrate Fat Thursday. I don't think it's such a big deal with Fat Tuesday with them. But in at least like the Midwest, where there's a big Polish area, in like Chicago, Detroit, Milwaukee, Pittsburgh, we celebrate Fat Tuesday. And I made like kind of a funny commercial for the punchki, the Polish donut. So I had like that Polish flag, this Polish hat, my Polish hoodie on with the same bird on it, and I had a big Polish flag behind me, and I was eating punchkis, and it's somewhere. You'll see it somewhere on my shorts. I thought it was pretty funny. All the people that are from my area got a kick out of it, so it was fun. And my cigar went out again. I don't know if you guys ever seen this before. I probably never showed you. Maybe I have. But this is actually the knife that inspired me to start making knives by hand. This is by, I did all the bad grinding, like little marks. I did that. That was me, not the guy that made it. This is made by a guy named JR. He makes nice knives. He's still making them too. He does what they call stock removal. And I forge. Yep, that's the first handmade knife I ever owned. And it is a great knife, to say the least. I've had it probably 10 years now. Okay, that looks better than it was. This is all set up for my leather work for tomorrow. I can live with this. This to me is well set up and organized. Well, all right. Do I speak any Polish? You go to Poland once a year. What takes you to Poland once a year? And do I speak any Polish? No. We weren't allowed to learn it, unfortunately. My grandmother's first language actually was Polish, but the situation happened and her family, all of her siblings got adopted out, and the people that adopted my grandma would not let her speak Polish. So she was no longer allowed to from like 9 on. So we weren't allowed to learn it. Christhorpe, come here, you devil paintings. What in the hell does that mean? And Chef Ernest says, I got a good friend living there. He's Dutch. Met a Polish woman who moved there. Best country in Europe. I would love to go. I do have family there still. A fair amount, actually, if I recall. And I've never met him, but one of my relatives has. He's gone over there, met him. And I think they're like first or second cousins even. So they're actually pretty close. But yeah, no, I would love to go to Poland one day. Krakow is where part of where my family is from. I can't remember the other. I think my grandma's from Krakow, and I can't remember my grandfather's from Krakow, something like that. But yeah, this actually is from my girlfriend's grandfather. He was 100% Polish, and he worked in America. We have the Polish Legion of American Veterans, and he was a Korean veteran, so he worked for the Polish Legion. And this is his hat. He has long since passed away, but I wear his hat. I love the man. I miss the man, so I wear it. I've been to Krakow when I was 15, an exchange student. That is very cool. You got to go there for exchange. When I was in high school, we had Germans, Brazilians, and Mexicans, and that was all we got. One of the exchange students, though, that we had from Germany is now really high up in German government. I just saw him not too long ago. I can't remember. His name's Daniel. I can't remember his last name. But yeah, he's really high up in German government now. So it was cool to see him doing well in life. He was a very interesting guy. He was like an actor and tennis player, very good tennis player, actually. Oh, no, we had a kid from Portugal. He was cool. He was actually a really good tennis player, like prodigy level. Thank you, by the way. I do not have a Polish last name. My last name is... We're actually not sure. My last name's Oliver. We're not sure if it's an Ellis Island name or not. I don't know if you ever heard of what an Ellis Island name is, but we've been told it was just a generic name and that our family kind of made it up. So the Balkan in the Wild said, hi, hello, been a while. And yeah, Ellis Island names are when immigrants started coming into America through Ellis Island, they would give a fake name, or they would anglicize it, like Korn, Korn. That is one, like the band. If you ever heard of the band Korn, that name originally was Von Horn, and they would shorten it to Korn at Ellis Island. And like I had a teacher, Miss Arndt, Arndt, and that was not her family's last name, like at all. Like her, when her grandfather came over from, actually I think it was Ireland, he just made up a name, and it was Arndt. So that's how she got her name, and they call them Ellis Island names. You don't hear that so much these days with the younger world, but when I was a kid, if you heard someone say it's an Ellis Island name, you'd go, oh, okay, all right. That means it's got some kind of tweaking done to it, or it's completely made up. Fun fact of the night for you. There's some American history. Hey, you're Irish. I don't want to put you on the spot. But do I have, yes, I do have it. Do I have I threw the pieces out. Okay. We'll try with this. So these are walking sticks I've made. I don't know what these are. I can't get Google to identify them. These are, I think, rowan, hazel, or holly. These are the same species. I don't know if that's you can even see it. I apologize, but here's the grain. I scorched it a bit, but oh, you're Swedish. Okay, I gotcha. Shillelaghs. Okay, yeah, yeah. So I came across these, and this wood is very stout, and it is incredibly strong, but not super heavy. Like, I mean, it's heavy. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like crazy heavy. Not as heavy as it looks. And thank you. And I found them at a park where arborists were cutting and stacking wood, just trimming up the park. So it was a whole pile of mixed species. So I don't have a clue what this was. And I grabbed a bunch of them, and it makes great walking sticks. I just don't know what it is. Oh, actually, this is one right here. If you've ever seen this in Ireland. But yeah, it's free wood. Yep. And that is, I wish I could figure out what it is. Like I said, Google hasn't been too helpful in that regard. Hey, do you guys like have like a big celebration there for St. Bridget's Day by chance? I heard it can be a big deal in certain parts of Ireland. Like it's a kind of like our Thanksgiving, but it's like the families get together and like it's like a feasting holiday, but like they get like the farm tools tuned up, or not farm tools, but like yard work tools like tuned up and whatnot. And blackthorn is one of the woods they use, but rowan, holly, hazel, ash, and oak are also some of the common ones too. I don't know what this is the wood I was using, and it doesn't. I don't know what the smell is. I have tuned myself to like no smells of woods. One of them things, I guess. I feel I need to know. My dog is just tearing up the town tonight. Is it February 1st? It actually might be, because it's when like the winter starts breaking to like the spring. Like there can be snow still on the ground. Like in Michigan, in Detroit, where I'm at, that's more like close to St. Patrick's Day. Like this year, it's all gone. The snow's all gone. But like closer to St. Patrick's Day would be when we celebrate that weather time frame. And when I was reading about the holiday, they were saying they do it around that where the snow's starting to go away, because that's where it's like, okay, now we can start seeing the yard again and stuff. And yeah, Imbolc. There you go. Yeah, and like the Irish, I guess, have like I was told, rural Irish maybe have a like a Thanksgiving, like it's a big feasting day. Yeah, some call it Imbolc, some call it St. Bridget's. I guess it depends on your religion. If you're Catholic, probably St. Bridget's. And I have rushes planted in my yard for this. So when we get closer to St. Patrick's Day, we're going to celebrate it here. I know it's like way off the time, but we're going to have my in-laws come over, and we're going to like, go over our hand saws and pruning saws and all that stuff. And yeah, make out of rushes, you make the St. Bridget's cross, or Bridget's cross, I think is what it was called before the Catholic arrival. So that's all I know. that's what I know about the holiday. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. Mochi, come here, girl. Let me get your bed out for you. Come here. Donut, get in there. Donut. Come in. Well, you got a home if you want to go. Anyhow, thank you for hanging out with me. And America truly is a mix of traditions and culture. Oh yeah, we are the melting pot by far. Even the city I live in, we have strong Irish neighborhoods, Italian. Well, I shouldn't say we still do. We did, but we have a big St. Patrick's Day event. Actually, it's this Saturday coming up. I think there's a St. Patrick's Day parade in Detroit, and it's in the neighborhood of Corktown. From Cork, Ireland, is the old Irish neighborhood and oldest neighborhood in Detroit. And we had did you? Oh, there we go. Now it's working. Can you hear me at all? It hasn't been working apparently this whole time. Well, ain't that something? I just started paying attention to my microphone. I hear you. I gotta go. Need some sleep before work. It was great to chat. Yeah, absolutely. Have a great week ahead of you. Tomorrow's Monday. It's Monday for you now. So hey, have a fantastic week. Thanks for hanging out. Actually, that'll be my cue to leave too. All right, I can work with that. All right, Shlancha. All right. Oh yeah, 45 minutes. That's good. All right, I am out of here.